Hello, humans. Good afternoon. We're in the afternoon drive. That's right. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy today. This is your Gen X gamer, and I'm going to share with you my Final Fantasy 16 experience. I'm not going to say review it all because I didn't play it. What happened is I bought the game for my son, my adult son, who himself has 2 children, and we sat in the couch. I watched him play. I bought him the game for his birthday, and we just enjoyed it. We just enjoyed it and reminisced. Guys, a lot of times games stay with you not only because of the gameplay or because you liked it or because AYZ reasons. So many reasons you can like a game, right? And sometimes games stay with you because of what you did that day that you played it. I'm going to share with you my experience because this became one of those games for a few reasons, right? One of them is because, I bought it for his birthday and, he played it. But another is that as we were sitting there and he was playing the game, we were going over a few things. And let me tell you that, what do they call it? Active Time Lore Library? That was something else, guys. That really was something else. I think they call it Active Time Lore. And he was explaining to me how it works. And man, if you're going to jump into a game today, just because of that, it might be probably the best game because you can look everything up, every character, their lore, and what happens in the background. Now, take it, guys, I only experienced the very beginning of the game, maybe the first half hour, okay? But we made a few observations during that time, and we actually stopped playing the game and started talking about what those were, right? And first of all, in the beginning of the game, there's a transition from a cutscene to gameplay that I didn't even notice. I didn't know he was playing the game. And it was in the, I don't want to spoil the game for you guys, but it was in a scene that's inspired by Lord of the Rings. I didn't know he was already playing. I thought it was part of the cutscene. That transition was so smooth that I didn't notice it. Now, take in mind, guys, he's got a top-of-the-line TV because he's really into TVs and electronics and stuff like that. And so the picture looked beautiful, right? And I'm not a graphical guy. I'm not into graphics. I'm not into any of that stuff. And just to tell you, the kind of person I am regarding graphics, I think the PS3 looks fantastic on my TV. I have a 1080p, and I think the Xbox 360 and my PS3 look just fine, right? So that is my knowledge of video fidelity, if you will. But the game looked really impressive, guys. It really did on screen, and it really shows off what the PS5 can do and what the consoles of this generation, are capable of doing. And then we started talking about the past. My favorite game, and it's not one that people often say, but mine was that beat 'em up. What was it? Final Fantasy 15, I want to say. It's a King's Tale. That's my favorite Final Fantasy game because I love beat 'em ups. I love that type of action, right? That retro inspired game. That's the one that I like. That's my favorite one. And before that, guys, that's what I played before, and I played Final Fantasy VII, the older version, not the new remake, the older version. Okay, I think I played a couple of samples. I might have played a sample on the channel here or there, but seriously, I was just sitting down and playing a game. Those are the ones that I played, right? The ones that I was enjoying before this one. But that active lore is just a game changer. I think that if I was to jump into a game before I played any other one, I would play this one because of that. You can just go back in time and learn so many things. But anyway, that's something that, if you guys are into that, you might want to check it out, or at least look it up before you play the game to see if it's something you might enjoy. And you know, those transitions were so smooth, and we were remembering back in the PS1 era. Remember, they used to get you with the transitions. That's what they used to show you in the commercials. Very little gameplay, a lot of transitions. That's how they would get you. But guys, you know, back then, you know, waiting for that transition, or just learning about, you know, whatever the character was doing, or learning about the character through that cutscene was great. You know, I mean, it was part of the experience, I guess. And now all that's smoothed out. You know, it really was. And for me, it wasn't just about the game, guys. And I'm not going to say it's just because, you know, I bought him the game or anything like that. That's the game that he wanted to play. He specifically told me that that's what he wanted, so that's why I got him that game. But it's the fact that we got to sit there and reminisce about the past and the whole journey that we've been in with the PlayStation from Final Fantasy VII, because that was a big deal. Now, my son and I have been buying video games since the days of FuncoLand. So it's way back in the day, guys, way back in the day. And we've been enjoying these type of games for that long, and we were just, you know, reminiscing about the old technology and how it had its charms and its limitations, you know, and the journey that we've been in ever since. Right? It was a real great night, just talking over video games. It's so cool to share the same hobbies, whatever they may be, you know, with your family, and especially if it's the one that you enjoy, being able to talk to your kids about it. It's pretty cool. You know, if you guys have a hobby, I wish for you guys to someday, you know, talk video games with your kids. It's probably one of the coolest things you could do. You know, especially in a gap of, we're talking, holy crap, you know, 20 plus years, you know, at least for me, right? So there's a lot of territory that we covered, you know, going through the history, not only of this game, of this series, but just in general of our, you know, of our journey in video games. And man, let me tell you, this game is going to stick with me. Am I going to play it? Absolutely. Am I going to wait for this copy when I finish for him to finish the game, and then I'll probably borrow it. If not, I'll get it on sale. But yeah, guys, it was really enjoyable, and I really do wish for you guys out there to have that experience. If you know, if you're able to, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Sharing the hobby with your kids is one of the best things. You know, whether it's my son or my daughters, you know, we always talk about the old video games with my daughters. A lot of it is Nintendo, some Spice Girls, some PlayStation 1 games, but a lot of it is Nintendo with them. They're a little bit older. And let me tell you, these are the kind of nights that stick with you, and the kind of nights that make the hobby all that much more enjoyable. All right, guys, thank you for joining me on this first video. There'll be another one. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for your comments. I really do enjoy them. And hit that like button for me on the way out. It really does help out the channel. I hope you guys are having a great time out there. Happy Monday, everyone. Take care.